It's been a really uncertain time for everybody, for children and for adults, and it's difficult tolerating uncertainty. It's normal to feel anxious right now. Lots of people do feel anxious, and that's okay. There are also some people that are finding it harder than other people, and it's really important to acknowledge that we're not all in the same situation. It's going to be important to speak to children about how they're feeling. To do that, the adult, parent or the teacher needs to be able to be calm themselves, and it'll be important just to model that calmness. Listen and hear what they have to say. Don't assume that you know how they feel. We don't know. They might be feeling lots of things. Validate their feelings. Rather than coming up with answers, just validate and hear them. It sounds like you're feeling really worried right now, and that sounds understandable. Just validate their feelings. Limiting reassurance is a hard thing to do, but we know that giving too much reassurance actually keeps anxiety going. It's very tempting because in the short term, giving reassurance helps reduce anxiety, but in the long term it doesn't. So instead, encourage your child to ask questions. You can give them some reassurance, but don't repetitively get into a cycle of giving lots of it. Help them to answer their own questions. Help them to problem solve, coming up with lots of solutions and thinking about what would be the best way to solve this problem. Help the child think, what do they normally do when they're feeling worried? What strategies help? Some children find just taking long, deep breaths, counting in their in-breath for 7 and their out-breath for 11 can just really slow their breathing and help regulate them a little bit. Some children still have lots of worries, and a strategy of deferring worries can be really helpful, where any worries that come up in the day, either in their mind or they write them down and they come back to them. For example, at 4 o'clock, I'm going to have a 30-minute worry time. What we know is that actually when they come back to them, sometimes the worries don't feel so bad anymore, and sometimes they forget to have that worry time at all. So it can be a useful strategy. When children get back to school, schools can just really help to give children control. Just think about the amount of reassurance that you're giving as teachers to children. Some is okay, but actually it's really important to develop their growth mindset by helping them to answer their own questions, help other children to answer the questions, help them to come up with questions, what might be worrying them, and think together, brainstorm as much as they can. It's like building up that tolerance of uncertainty is like exercising our mind muscles. It's really good for us, but it's not always easy to do at the time. But just really helping them to just tolerate that experience of having some uncertainty. There will still be worries that children have, and being able to post worries through the day in a box, and either as a class or in smaller groups, it'd be really useful to then come back and have a worry time perhaps near the end of the day and think together what's worried them. And again, see, it might be that those worries don't feel so difficult when they come back to them. Rewards are important. Both teachers and parents can help to reward their children for both going to school and managing anxiety at school. Finally, it's important just that children really are reminded to look after their own mental health. Eating healthily, exercising, connecting with friends, doing things they enjoy. These are really important for all of us. And also just being encouraged to be kind to each other, to look after each other, be kind to oneself. And that's okay. It's okay if it takes a bit of time to get used to being back at school.